Rant and Rave. Here we go. Let's start with basketball this week. How many wins will the Atlanta Hawks end up with? They're at 19 right now as they start the second part of their season on Friday, Tuck.
I'm going to go with 26. I like that way. 26 and 56 outs. That means they win, what, a quarter-ish of the rest of their games? That's about what they've done all season, so that's what I'm going with.
I think you're right around the ballpark. I hope it's below 26, but yeah, I'm saying somewhere between 25 and 29 or so. I don't think they'll reach 30, but somewhere in that. They are showing a lot of progress, obviously, but how long are these kids who have never played this many games in the NBA or in basketball, period, because they're coming from college, how long can they go? Can they stand up to 82 games? They may wear down in March and April, and that may be a little bit of a help for them who, of course, they need to lose some games to get a better draft position. We'll see what happens. But I'm with you. I think somewhere in that upper mid-20s. All right, speaking of basketball, what's the biggest college basketball disappointment in this state? Is it Georgia or Georgia Tech? You know, look, I think Georgia, both of them are in a horrible losing streak right now. We all know that, and the crazy thing that happened in Athens on Wednesday. I'll say Georgia just because I don't think Tom Crean thought it was going to be this bad, Tucker.
Okay, I'm surprised by your answer. I think I'm going the opposite way. Georgia Tech does not have a first-year head coach coming in and changing things, and they had lost more games than Georgia had lost in a row until they beat Pitt, which is the worst team in the ACC. So good job, Georgia Tech. You beat the worst team in the conference.
Yeah, they've both been pretty bad for sure. All right, football now. Will the AAF survive? That's that other football league that started a couple of weeks ago. They almost missed payroll reportedly and got a $250 million investment from someone in Carolina. Look, I think this is minor league football. It's what it is. I don't know if it'll survive for the long term. What would the long term be? 3 years, maybe 3 years. It's not going to be here in 10 years, I don't think. Do you?
I don't either. I mean, I do like the structure, and now it's not going against the NFL. It's just a lower tier, as you said. But you mentioned the problem there with payroll. I also saw they had some insurance issues down in Florida where they wouldn't. The state of Florida has some rules where they can't insure a team unless they're a bigger league. I just think that most startup leagues eventually fall by the wayside. I'm with you.
It'd be hard to survive for the long term. Finally, baseball. Yep, they're all there down in Florida. And the question is, do you buy the Braves executives when they talk about the payroll situation? I don't. I just don't buy it. I don't know. I mean, there's $25 million there to spend, Tucker. They got to do it sooner or later, don't they?
I know you feel strongly about this, but I'm going to stick with what I've been saying is that they know what they're doing. I'm just going to keep trusting them. I know the money's coming in, but just because you have $10,000 in your savings account, you shouldn't go buy a house. You should wait until you have more, so when you take that deposit and run with it, you still have some in your savings account. That's how I see it.
Man alive, you got technical there on me. It just threw me for a loop. Look what happens when you go to news, Tucker.
I know, they've gotten some wisdom up there in this bald head.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I hope you're right, but I trust Alex.
Yeah.
I don't know about Terry McGurk. That's the problem. And that's Rant and Rave for this week.